Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Caitlin and I love makeup. Today is another installment of what's new and what's through in my collection. This is a series I started this year to try to keep accountable for how much I'm spending and am I actually using the things I'm buying. So we've got a lot of stuff this month. It may be a long one. You may want to grab a drink or a snack, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Before we get too far into the video, if you're not already, please consider subscribing. I make new videos every week, uploads on Sundays, and it is free to subscribe. So if you are new to this series, what I do is I show you the items I got this month, and I also let you know the breakdown of what I spent for them. Now, a lot of these things I'm using Afterpay, which means I'm doing installments, just to help my wallet out a little bit. I'm sure a lot of you guys do the same thing, so I'll let you know if I have installments, what the installment is that I paid for the month. If I have the item in stock, like it's already come in, I guess not in stock, I'm not a shop. If I have the item that's already been delivered to me, I will show it to you. If I don't have it in yet, then that's where I'll insert an image so you kind of get an idea of what it is. Again, this is kind of just to show you guys what I get. I love makeup so much, trying to hold myself accountable. I know that I spent more this month than I did in any other month this year so far, but it wasn't like at the end of the month I went, oh my gosh, I spent how much? It was intentional that I spent more this month. There's some things that I've been holding back on that I just finally wanted to pull the trigger, so I'm not mad about the fact that I spent more than usual, but just a heads up, I definitely did. And most of it's eyeshadow palettes. If you know me, if you've watched my channel for a while, that is no surprise for you. Eyeshadow palettes are definitely my weak link when it comes to willpower and makeup. I love eyeshadows so much. The other purpose of this video is so that you guys, as people that watch my channel, can give me insight as to what things that are coming into my collection would you like to see more content on. So if there's anything that you're interested in, please let me know in the comments down below and I would be happy to film more content. Or just if you see something that you're like, ooh, that's really pretty, or oh, I got that too and I didn't like it. Anything, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments all down below. So let's get started. I'm going to start with things that are like payments that I showed you last month, but are rolling over like I'm finishing paying up for them this month. First one is going to be the Serendipity palette from Igm Cosmetics right here. If you guys saw my recent eyeshadow palette tag that was created by Angelica, you would have seen this in there, as well as last month's episode of what's new and what's through my collection. Here it is. I've only gotten to use this a couple times since it is so new to my collection, but I have loved it so much. Truly, I think the only thing I don't like about this palette, and it's so nitpicky, is that there are no shade names. So you just have to be like, this one, this one. I like when there's shade names. I don't know why, it's just like a small thing, but the quality is amazing. I have no regrets. The shifts in the duochromes, out of this world, amazing. I've kind of been going on, I talked a little bit about this at the end of last calendar year, an indie journey, and I might not just be on a journey, guys. I might stay in the indie realm forever because all of the things I've tried are just so much better than mainstream makeup. Like, if you try this and then trying to go back to like a Too Faced or a Tarte eyeshadow, you're like, it's too basic, and that might sound really like elitist, I don't know, but like just the quality is so much better for these, and frankly it is not more expensive than Too Faced or Tarte or some of those palettes. So if you don't already, I would encourage you to check out some of these smaller indie brands that might have higher quality products. So all that to say, I paid $10.28 for that this month. That's all I had left on that, and it is paid off. That being said, I liked that palette so much that I did go ahead and order another one. So it's not here yet, but I will show you a picture of the Lore palette. Once again, the artists that they work with are amazing. The cover, like, it's just the package. It's the packaging for me, okay? It's the packaging for me. The artists that they work with, I think there's plural artists that they work with, the artwork that they do on the covers, the stories, both color stories and themes of all of them, I just love it all. And this one does have shade names, which I was like, yes, okay, maybe I'm not the only one that had that feedback for them. So I paid $9.16 because they were actually running a sale. You guys know part of my weakness in this video series too is that there's a sale. I'm like, something I've been waiting for. I have to grab it now. Now's my chance. So they had 20% off. $9.16 a month. So I'll be making payments for that in April and May as well, and showing you the palette again when it comes in, but here's a picture for now of the Lure palette. The other thing that I finished paying off were 2 payments of $14.81 from the Igm Cosmetics mystery box that I got. I'm not going to show you guys those items or go too much into it because I did do a separate video fully dedicated to those products. I will link it up in the cards above if you're interested in seeing that video. Would love if you checked it out and gave me your feedback on it. It was a Valentine's themed mystery box. Then I got a few items that I thought would be fun to do a dupes video. They're not all in yet though, so that's why I haven't done the video yet. This was a company called Igm Cosmetics, and frankly, as they're coming in, it seems sketchy. I guess I'll just say it that way. It seems sketchy, which I mean a lot of like dupes, copycats, whatever, like kind of are, I guess. I don't know. So when I get that in, I think I'm still gonna do the video just to keep you guys informed and maybe watch out for like Instagram scammy, weird, sketchy things, you know, because I know a lot of us have social media and can kind of fall into the tricks and stuff of the advertising. I knew what it was when I was ordering it, but I don't know, I just thought it would be a cool video concept. So I got an eyeshadow palette that is supposed to be a dupe. It's really like a copycat of the Huda Beauty Naughty palette. That's not in yet. I also got a cream blush that, just by the shape of it, you can probably see what this is supposed to be a dupe for. If you don't know, it's supposed to be a dupe for the Fenty cream blush. If you watch my entire collection of blushes video I did a few weeks ago, I did talk about that in there. And then I also got this. I don't think this is a dupe for anything. I just frankly saw it once I was already on the site and was like, ooh, I need to hit a certain amount to get free shipping, so I threw this on there. This is just a purple liner, glitter liquid eyeliner, and it is eye safe. Yes, I know the word glitter is kind of scary. Here, I'll show you up a little more close. So I'm going to incorporate that into kind of like a fun spring look somehow. So the blush, the liner, and the palette that's not here yet were $39.88 from Igm Cosmetics. Next up, another palette that I showed in my eyeshadow collection palette tag video that I just did. And this is a custom palette from Lethal Cosmetics. Again, it was on sale, y'all. They had customizable palettes, 30% off, plus I got an additional, I think it was 10% off with code GARBAGE from Teresa is Dead. So Teresa is Dead is hilarious. She's not kid-friendly, appropriate language-wise, but for adults, hilarious. And she's recommended this a lot. I know my friend Debbie over from Vinyl Beauty has talked about Lethal Cosmetics a lot, so I thought I've just got to try this brand. And the fact that they're based in Germany, I thought, ooh, that's kind of interesting. I don't have anything that's like, you know, a German indie brand. That could be interesting to check out. And I've only used this one so far, and I had a wonderful time with it. I cannot wait to use it more. I designed it to be more of a deeper, darker, grungier eyeshadow palette. I know I'm talking about it. You're like, show it to us already. So I'm going to tell you guys the names. Since this is customizable, you can buy all of these as single shadows. So I'm going to tell you from this side over the shade names. So the first one is Recluse. That green one's Eden. This one's kind of pinky and bluey, and it's called Enigma. And then the purpley one on the end is Revolve. Row 2, starting with this green one, is Habitat. Then Runaway is the next one. This kind of purpley one here is Synth. And then on the end is Stargaze. Then at the very bottom here, this green one is Ether. Then Insomnia. Rise from the Ashes, this beautiful shimmery gray. And this deep navy blue is Deceit. So those are the shades that I chose. They have so many more. You don't have to go grungy either. I know it's called Lethal Cosmetics, so you might think it's all kind of that theme, but it's really not. They have some very nice bright, springy neutrals, all kinds of things. They also have more than just eyeshadow palettes. They do have blushes, highlighters, bronzers, lip products, eyeliners, you name it. They've really got quite a nice product line. So I encourage you to check it out, and as always, keep an eye out for sales. By the way, I paid 2 main payments of $16.03 for that, one more coming in April. Alright, I try not to do this, guys, but the next items few here are from TJ Maxx because I just couldn't help it. I just couldn't help it. And I've only used one of these so far, and I've had them for a few weeks, which tells me I probably didn't need them. So if there's anything on this list that I quote-unquote regret or didn't need, it's my TJ Maxx buy. Especially when I watch other creators like Leora, who go into TJ Maxx and have all these amazing finds, and I'm like, ooh, I want to go in. What does mine have? So anyway, here's the stuff I got. I spent $29 total and got 4 things. I picked up the Detox Eye Roller from First Aid Beauty. This is supposed to help with under eye puffiness, dark circles, and fine lines. Have not tried this out yet. Contains caffeine, hyaluronate, which I imagine is, you know, something related to hyaluronic acid, and peptides. And so yeah, those ingredients spoke to me. I haven't tried it yet, but I will keep you posted on how that goes. I also picked up from Urban Decay the All Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral. I tried this once. It worked fine. Once wasn't really enough for me to get full thoughts on it, but it didn't seem to get too like drying and creasy and, you know, crepey underneath my eye, which was great. I also got, I remember seeing this come out years ago, and I always wanted to try it, but I didn't want to spend that amount of money on it, so I got it. I guess I could tell you guys the individual prices too. The First Aid Beauty was $9.99, the eye roller, the concealer was $6.99. For $3.99 was the Urban Decay, the Velvetizer, which is a mix-in medium. It's translucent, and it's basically supposed to make things more matte finish and add more coverage. So if it's like light coverage, you can make it medium or full coverage. It just comes in this little tin thing like this. You pull out this little top and you mix it. Again, I haven't tried it yet, but I do have a couple foundations that are just a little too not enough coverage for me, or a little too dewy, oily, whatever. So I thought maybe this would do something for me. And then the last one, I think this was like $5.99. There it is. This just like looked really bougie and fancy. I'm not gonna lie, and I wanted to try it because it was Jouer, and I've never tried anything from Jouer. So you open it up and you get this lip liner in pink champagne, and then this longwear lip cream in opal, and this Funfetti longwear lip topper. I used this kit and I felt bougie using it. The only thing was the scent was a little weird. Like, I don't know, it was just too like candy sugary scented to me. But I really like this case, and the fact that this is like a magnetic little like clasp and stuff like that. I don't know, it was just very, it was a bougie purchase. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I like to go into TJ Maxx, honestly, is because there's brands like Urban Decay, Jouer, things that will never pay that full price tag for. Like, I just won't, but I still kind of want to dabble a little bit. So that was that purchase. Then comes the Robert Welsh influence. So he posted and was like, oh, this collection's restocked. You can use my code for discount off. And I've been wanting it anyway, I'm not gonna lie, but I had passed up on it for months. This has been out for probably close to a year, and I've passed up on it and passed up on it and passed up on it, and finally it was like a sale, I'm getting it. Of course, right? So this also was in my eyeshadow palette tag. I put a lot of new palettes in there. I don't know why. It was just, they were speaking to me. That's why I bought them, I guess. I got this palette. It is the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon palette. Comment below if you love Sailor Moon. I know I do. I've said multiple times I wanted to go to like Comic-Con or cosplay or something as Sailor Moon. Just haven't done it yet. Wes wants me to as well. He's fully in support of that. I did get this blush that has the same, look at the picture. Look at it, how it changes. Isn't that so precious? It's so cool. And the cat embossing. Y'all know from the Nomad Tokyo palette, it's the cat embossing for me. Like, really. Adorable. And then the last thing I picked up, just frankly because I was already on the site and I was interested in this formula. I've never tried this lip formula. ColourPop has this ultra blotted lip formula. I still, again, have yet to try this lip product. I got a lot of stuff to try, so I don't need to buy any more really next month. But this is in shade Usagi. Here it is. It's just got like a normal little kind of doe foot applicator. But I'd never tried this blotted lip formula, so I want to see what was all about that. And the moons! Look at the moons on the top. Like, tell me you can resist if you're a Sailor Moon fan. I love anime, you guys. I really do. Let me know what's your favorite anime right now. Wes and I have been watching Attack on Titan for a while. We haven't watched the newest season though. We're a bit behind, so we need to do that. Wes isn't into it, but right now I've also been watching the anime Bleach. I know that's an older one, but I never watched it, so I'm going through that now. I'd love to hear what you guys love to watch in the comments below. For the ColourPop items I just showed you, I paid 2 payments of $10.38, and I've got a couple more next month. I also bought for $29.20. There was some tax, but no shipping cost. Was the Ofra mystery box. I'm not going to go too much into that one either because I have next week coming Salem. I'm sorry, you guys. He loves. I have a pile of tissue paper for like gifts and stuff in the corner. He loves to wrestle in it, so, you know, that's what you're getting right now, his little cameo. Anywho, next week's video is the Ofra mystery box unboxing and application. That's actually what I used to do these, this look on my face today, those products. So, I won't talk too much about that. And I'm almost done. I know, I told you it was a lot, did I not? I warned you. Game Beauty, new brand. I've been wanting this for months too, but I didn't want to pay the price for it. And they also had a sale, 20% off sale. So I bought the Adventure palette. If you know me, you know I love video games right now. I've been going through and playing on Xbox Game Pass the Morrowind game. I was so into Skyrim, but never played Morrowind. And here's the palette. It's gorgeous. So on the outside, you have like this little adventure questing, if you will. And then on the inside, here's the palette. There is one pressed glitter, which is not eye safe, so I won't use it on the eyes. The company has said future palettes will not have pressed glitters based on feedback. They already came out with, I think it's called the Fantasy palette, but it's mostly blues, and I'm not super into blue eyeshadow. It's the one color I don't mess with too much. This is like the amount of blue I'll deal with, like teal borderline green. I'll deal with that. But I've heard this stealth shade is like a gorgeous duochrome, and like Wes at first was like, ew, what's wrong with it? Those shades, like this one and this one, like the purple and the orange, they're supposed to be like that. They're like marbled. He was like, ew, is it moldy? No, it's supposed to be that way. It's good. So I'm really excited to use this. I haven't, as you can tell, delved into it yet. It's brand new. And again, that's one of those things where it's like, if you want to see a dedicated video or you want to see some looks from it, absolutely let me know in the comments down below so I know what you guys are interested in actually seeing, you know. And I spent $9.88. That was it on that because of Afterpay. So there will be some payments in future months. Also got the Anti-Valentine's Day palette from Igm Cosmetics. I have never tried this brand, was very interested to, so bit the bullet and got that. It won't be in for a little bit, so I'll show a little picture up here. And then the last thing I got was for free, and it was brow gel. I had a little one of these in Ipsy and used it up. The Benefit Gimme Brow Plus. Best brow gel I have ever used, let me tell you. Not only was the tint perfect, like the undertone, a lot of things are too brown or too reddish, too warm tone for my brows. Not this, it was great. Smallest little precise brush I've ever used, just like everything about it was perfect. So it was on sale in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, plus I had some Ulta points, so this was literally free. No shipping because it was Ulta 21 Days of Beauty with the points, all of the above. Like it literally, I have the receipt email thing that says $0 I was charged for this, so you can't beat that, right? Whew, okay, I gotta take a breather here because that was a lot of stuff. Now in total, again, this is more than I normally spend, but luckily I had in the rest of my budget and the rest of my life that you guys don't see, a different recurring payment in my life that has ended. It is paid off, it's done. So I did have a little bit more money per month to work with, and so that's partially why I decided to pull the trigger on some of these things this month. So in total, all of that stuff, the payments and all that, I spent $236.24. So it's kind of a lot, but Y'all, we love to justify our makeup buying habits on this channel. So number one, a lot of that stuff was on sale. Number two, I budgeted the rest of my life, so it was okay. I'm not mad about it. And number three, I don't know about you guys and where you live, but because of the pandemic and things being still kind of like semi-quasi open but not, we really have not been eating out a lot for months and months and months. And let me tell you, the amount of money it has saved is astounding, I tell you. So the fact that we've been eating at home, like, I just had more money to spend, and so I decided to get some of the things I wanted that I knew would make me happy. So it is what it is. It's not, you know, that might be like a ridiculous number to some people. That might be like, oh, that's nothing to other people. I'm not giving you that number to compare. It's just, like I said, to keep myself accountable and know, okay, that's how much I spent. That was more than normal, so let's not go overboard for next month. Now, here's the portion where I show you the items I used up, because I also want to know, am I actually using this stuff I'm buying, or am I just buying and not actually like moving anything out of my collection, using any of it, utilizing what I have bought. So I'm trying really hard to keep track of like what I spent on these items, not necessarily what they would be full value. So like, for example, these first items I got from Ipsy, you get 5 items a month plus a bag. So I usually just round and estimate they're about $2 a piece, like 2 for each of the 5 items and then 2 for the bag. I'm sure that's not like exact, but that's just what I'm doing. So these are all $2 a piece items I used up. First is the Tarte Tarteist Glossy Lip Paint. I can't even tell you the shade because it's like all rubbed off. I have no idea. Red's not a color I normally even use, but I got it. I wanted to use it up. It was very hard to use up too because, you know, again, masks and pandemic and transferring gloss was not a liquid lipstick, so I was mostly just wearing this on weekends to use it up, but I did. Won't be repurchasing it again because I'm not using glosses right now. Even if I were, I have other ones, and I don't do a lot of red colors. Next up from Pure Elise was the Daily Lip Nourisher with mango and shea butter. Oh, I love this. I started wearing this at nighttime because my lips were so dry. Game changer, absolute game changer. I have a different lip mask I'm going through right now, but I would definitely look at getting this again. I don't think it's that expensive, and if you are struggling with dry or chapped lips, this could save your lips' life. I'm telling you, I'm not over exaggerating. This was the best one I've tried. Put a little bit on top before night. It says you can use under lipstick or gloss for a smoother application and color boost, but I just used it to moisturize at nighttime, and wow, what a difference. I also used up this combo. I got these 2 different months, but they're both from Benefit. This is the Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade 3.5. Really liked that, but I liked it just as much as like my Igm Cosmetics pencil I've used up before, so I'd probably go with whatever was on sale or cheaper. They were comparable. That one, the tip was a little bit thinner, which I liked a little bit more, but it didn't pull out my hairs like NYX pencil I had used up a while ago that was also skinny but ripped out my hairs because it was just way too hard of a formula. So I think I have like a brow powder somewhere that I need to use up, so maybe eventually I'll repurchase that, but not right now. And then I already told you guys I already got for free a new one of these, the Benefit GimMe Brow Plus in shade 3. I used up the tiny one. It's why I went hunting for the big one, because I can't live without it. I just can't. I have other brow gels that are clear ones. I'm gonna try to work on using those up. But you know, there's certain products when you just have a day where you wanna be bam. You want all your favorite products. You want the stuff you know is gonna look amazing on you. I'm gonna have that brow gel that I got for free for those days while I'm working on, you know, using out other stuff. Like I'm using this ABH clear brow gel today type stuff. All right, next up, I kind of estimated on this one too. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Paradise Eau de Toilette scent. I used it up. It was from the Casey Holmes collab, and it came as a whole kit. So the whole kit I got on sale for $10. So I'm estimating $2 for that perfume. I love that. I wish they sold it. You can't get it unless it's in the kit, which is devastating. I would buy a full size of just that scent. It is so good. It's like coconut bronzy beach vacation vibes, and I just want that scent in a bottle. So if you know of anything that smells similar that you can buy as a single, let a girl know. All right, next up, a couple things. You've seen these in the last ones. I used up another one of these little tiny native deodorants. Love the deodorant. This scent was just kind of meh, boring, but I used that up. Those were $4.80 each. I'm working on my last little one right now. I'll probably be done by next month, and then I'll be moving on. I have some full-size ones. I thought about keeping some of those small ones for travel because that's what it's meant for. I bought it because I wanted to test out different scents to see what I liked in smaller portions in case there was one I didn't like. But then I just used them all because I was like, traveling, what's that? You know? So I just used them all up. And then I'm using the Clean It Zero Cleansing Balm, the nourishing one. I used that up. That was, let me find here, $3.70 worth that I used up that little mini. I'm on my last one of like my variety pack set. Then I want to buy one that wasn't in that set. There's like a green pore cleaning something one now that I want to try, but it does remove your balm well. But that one was nourishing. I think there's one called refreshing that's been my favorite so far. Then I also have the Ulta Beauty Ultimate Lashes Multitasking Mascara. This came in a free kit, so I didn't spend anything for it. It was great, love it. You can still buy that at Ulta, but I didn't spend anything for it. Absolute last few items I have here, guys. I have a couple setting sprays. These I've actually talked about on my channel a long time ago when I got them. I got these in little Ulta like summer travel kits just to try out some different things, and I used them both up. First one was a Tarte Stay Spray. That one was actually really nice. The mister was very nice. It didn't make me more matte or more dewy. It was just, you know, melted products nice together if I got a little too powdery looking or cakey looking, which I did like that. When I broke down the price of the whole kit divided by the number of items in the kit, this was $1.75. And then I had gotten another kit. This was the Bare Minerals Dew Mist. No, it's DEU Dew Mist, and I'm oily, so this was not, no. I wanted the other stuff in the kit though, so I was like, whatever, I'll use it. The mister's too aggressive and it just broke up too much because it is supposed to be more of a hydrating, glowy situation. Not good for oily people. If you're dry, you might like it, but again, I still feel the nozzle was too aggressive. It wasn't a fine enough mist, and I was getting like those little spots and speckles, which I hate. But I used it up, and this was $1.50 when you broke it down. I also used up a couple toners. The first is the Thayer's Facial Toner Witch Hazel Cucumber one. I love this one. I've gone through, I think this might be my third one at this point. And this was $3.99. You can get this at Target, TJ Maxx, lots of different places. I also used up one of these little pixie ones because I've been hearing people talk about this exfoliating toner. This is a little harsh for me to use every day, but I like to use this like once or twice a week. It's tiny. It was $4 though, just for this tiny one. So I would almost wait to see if I could find something on sale, or I also know they sell Pixie Ulta and maybe get it with my points. And last but not least, guys, at some point I will repurchase this, but I have a lot of other foundations I'm going through first. This is the Skin Finish Foundation from Believe Beauty. This is what I was using pretty much every day. That's why I ran out of it. And it's just really nice medium to full coverage. It is lightweight though, and it doesn't clog my pores or cause breakouts. It's not too mattifying. It's also not too dewy. It's just a nice satin skin-like finish. And best of all, it is only $5, sold exclusively at the Dollar General. So this was $5. I used a shade Nude. I think if I remember, they have one lighter and it was just sold out. I think I would want one lighter for my winter shade because it was just a little too peachy pinky undertone for me for my winter shade. Like right now you can see, other than my blush, like I match pretty well. And today I'm using the Revlon Candid, and this is in shade Porcelain. So that's more like my winter shade versus a Nude. It's actually my summer shade. I know that could be kind of like sad. I'm not very tan, but you know, it's just what my skin tone is. So Nude is what I finished up. I would look for a lighter one if I repurchased. But I do want to use up some of my other foundations. First, like I said, I've got this Revlon one I'm trying to work on. I've got a Maybelline Fit Me here right in front of me. Those are just a couple. So I need to use up more before I buy more into my collection. So with all of that together, guys, I used up $34.79 worth of makeup. That's more than I used up last month. Not as much as January, but it was a decent amount that I used up. So even though I brought in way more than normal, I got rid of some stuff, and I organized in my beauty room a little bit more. So even though I got more stuff in, everything's actually pretty nicely put away right now and organized, which is good. So again, let me know if you guys have used any of those products, if you like them as well. what your thoughts are. My favorites, like the stuff that it's like I will be repurchasing, absolutely will, would be like the Native deodorant. I already know I have tons of backups. I love that deodorant. It is a lovely natural aluminum free formula that still keeps you from sweating, perspirating. And I will absolutely be repurchasing like that gel. I already did repurchase it. The Thayer's toner, amazing. The Vanilla Co. Melt Your Makeup Away stuff, love it. And also the Believe foundation. If those are the things of my empties that I was gonna tell you, like those are it, you need to repurchase those, I would, great. Everything else, I can live with it, I can live without it. I mean, the only thing that I was like, absolutely not, I do not want it again, was that Bare Minerals setting spray because it was dewy. Everything else was okay. But I try not to buy things again that are just okay. I only try to rebuy things that are amazing. I don't know how you guys are about that. Yeah, guys, sorry if this video got a little bit long-winded and long, but I did warn you at the beginning. That is all for this week. If you made it this far, leave me some kind of like little star emoji in the comments just so I know that you made it the whole way through the video. You are a real one. And I will see you guys again next week. I upload every Sunday a new video. If you haven't already, please click the like button, helps circulate the video in the algorithm. And as well, consider subscribing. It is free, and I'm gonna do a giveaway soon, guys, when I hit 250. So let's get to that number, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye!